Every major car brand launched an electric SUV in the last 3 years. Kia, Skoda, Volvo, Ford, Renault. All of them arrived loud, all of them arrived early, and all of them offered a 3 to 5 year warranty and called it competitive. Suzuki arrived last, said almost nothing, and offered 10 years. That changes the maths on this entire segment, and the car underneath the warranty is more interesting than you'd expect. The exterior earns its proportions through cladding, not aggression. Chunky lower body panels wrap up and over the wheel arches, with enough depth to cast shadows even under the flat lighting of the Innsbruck Motor Show floor. The triple-element daytime running lights are the signature detail, repeated front and rear, and they give the Vitara a face that is distinctly Suzuki, without borrowing from anybody else. 19-inch polished alloys fill the arches cleanly. 180 mm of ground clearance is genuine, not marketing. That figure matters because the ALLGRIP version has a trail mode that actually sends torque to wheels with grip on loose surfaces, and the ride height means it can clear terrain that would ground most of its rivals. This is one of the very few compact electric SUVs that can back up a rugged design with a rugged capability. What the interior does with the price this car asks is the detail most reviews have skipped over, and it lands next. The dashboard layout is where Suzuki made the decision that earns the most trust. Physical climate controls. Not buried in a touchscreen, not hidden behind a menu. Actual buttons for temperature and fan speed, placed exactly where your hand expects them. The Volvo EX30 does not offer this. The Ford Puma Gen E does not offer this. At €42,990, Suzuki decided to give you the thing most manufacturers have been quietly removing, and that tells you something about how this car was developed. The 10.25-inch driver display sits high enough that no steering wheel position blocks it, which is a small engineering decision that most competitors get wrong. The 10.1-inch touchscreen is responsive, without being remarkable. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are wireless. The seats are comfortable, but the material quality is honest, not premium. Harder plastics live on the lower dashboard, and the center console wears a large panel of gloss black that shows every fingerprint immediately. I noticed it once and then stopped thinking about it, because everything above the halfway line is solid. One thing I want you to think about: imagine your current car's warranty expires next year. Now imagine a car that covers you for the next decade, as long as you service it at a Suzuki dealer. That changes how you calculate ownership cost, and it is the single strongest argument this car makes against every rival on the short list. 238 liters with the rear seats pushed fully back, around 8.4 cubic feet. That is small. Slide the bench forward on its 60/40 rails and it grows to 306 liters, around 10.8 cubic feet, but that trades legroom for luggage. The 40-20-40 split fold adds flexibility, and the load lip is low enough to be practical. But if boot space is a deciding factor, the Kia EV3 at 460 liters wins that argument outright. The Vitara asks you to accept a smaller boot in exchange for a sliding rear bench and genuine all-wheel drive. Whether that trade works depends on how you use the car, and only you can answer that. 395 kilometers of WLTP range, around 245 miles. Real-world reports from European testers in cold conditions have returned closer to 270 kilometers, around 168 miles, which is a gap worth knowing about. Charging peaks at 150 kilowatts on paper, but early independent tests have seen closer to 60 to 70 kilowatts sustained, with a 10 to 80% time of around 45 minutes. That is a coffee stop, not a quick one. A standard heat pump helps preserve range in winter. Home charging on an 11 kilowatt wall box takes 5.5 hours, from 10 to full, which is overnight for most people, and completely fine. €42,990 for the ALLGRIP Flash in Austria. The Skoda Elroq in comparable all-wheel drive specification costs more and does not offer a warranty anywhere near this length. The Kia EV3 has better range and a bigger boot, but is front-wheel drive only at this price and tops out at 7 years of coverage. What Suzuki is asking you to believe is that a brand with no EV track record can deliver a car worth keeping for a decade. The warranty says they believe it. The physical controls, the sliding rear bench, The genuine off-road hardware. Those details say they thought about ownership, not just the showroom. Whether a brand without noise or prestige can earn genuine long-term loyalty is a question only time will answer. But the evidence in this car is harder to dismiss than I expected. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.